Chapter 34-37. Xiao. Pervert. Lu Yen struggled to say something, but Xiao Fei didn't give her a chance and continued pouncing on her. In the end, the kiss lasted for a full 3 minutes. Lu Yen felt like she was going to run out of oxygen. Xiao Fei released her. When she sat up, her first reaction was to pinch Xiao Fei's face. "What are you doing?" "Checking if you're someone else's disguise." "Xiao Fei, aren't you in Russia?" "Yeah." "How come you're here?" Lu Yen was puzzled. "I came by plane." "Bullshit. I know you didn't walk here. If you walked, you wouldn't be able to get here in 1 year." "Xiao Fei, didn't I tell you not to see each other during critical times? In the eyes of outsiders, we're enemies who have broken up." "But I want to see you," Xiao Fei said calmly. Lu Yen, on the other hand, blushed. She felt sweet inside. "But if Xiaonan finds out, all our previous efforts will be in vain." "He's not in Moscow. He's in Thailand." "Then Amy, the mole," I gave her sleeping pills. "She'll sleep until noon tomorrow. I'll be in Russia before noon." "Damn it. So you came all the way by plane to see me?" Lu Yen felt like Xiao Fei was wasting his time. It took him 1 night to fly back and forth between China and Moscow. Fortunately, he had a private jet, otherwise he wouldn't be able to make it. "What do you think I want?" "You're a masochist. You're crazy." Lu Yen refused to admit it. "It seems the kiss wasn't enough. You haven't learned to be obedient. Hey, don't do it. I'm going to run out of oxygen, big brother." Lu Yen was truly afraid of Xiao Fei. Besides, they were on the road. Was it okay to do it in a car? Her subordinates would laugh their heads off. "Here you go." Xiao Fei's words were cold, but his actions were unusually warm. He stuffed a handful of fiery red roses into Lu Yan's hands. "What's this? Isn't today Chinese Valentine's Day in China? You're giving me something so old-fashioned. I despise you." Lu Yen was exasperated. "There's something even more old-fashioned. Do you want to see it?" Lu Yen. Then, a Chanel lipstick suddenly appeared in his hand. "Here. Lipstick? Are you a pervert? You're a man and you're buying lipstick? I've sent someone to check, and they say that most couples give this." Lu Yen. Before she could react, Lu Yen stuffed another red packet into her hand. "What the hell is this?" "I heard that WeChat allows people to send red packets and transfer money. But you know that I don't use social media, and I don't have your WeChat, so I gave you cash. This is..." Lu Yen was dumbfounded. She looked down at the red packet in her hand. 13140, Xiao Fei said calmly. "Oh my god, you're so old-fashioned. Pervert Xiao, I despise you. You're so vulgar." Lu Yen hadn't celebrated Valentine's Day in all these years. When she was abroad, everyone celebrated it on February 14th, but she didn't. Not to mention the Chinese Valentine's Day. Therefore, Xiao Fei's actions today were really shocking. Earth to earth, but it said that there's one last trick to this trick, Xiao Fei said. "What is it?" "It said that after the girl accepts the gift, she'll go to a hotel with the guy to express her gratitude." Xiao Fei looked at Lu Yen with a straight face. Chapter 34-38. Get the fuck out of my room. Lu Yen had always been a crude and violent person. Was she supposed to pretend to be pitiful, gentle, and sweet to make men like her? No, she didn't know how to do any of that. She only knew how to kill, fight, develop explosives, and count money until her hands cramped. Everyone had different goals in life. Lu Yen might be like this for the rest of her life. Come on, let's do the math. "What math?" Lu Yen was confused. "You told me confidently that we were pretending and that you only came back to see Sister Mion." "Yeah. Didn't I?" "On the day you came back, you played with Su Yu's bodyguard." "Damn it. He was just a companion. Don't overthink it." "Then you went from the arcade to the bar. You even drank with an idiot?" "You said he was an idiot. Didn't I win 10 million yuan?" Lu Yen said smugly. "You went to Su Yu's house for breakfast?" Xiao Fei frowned slightly. "I didn't go there alone. I took Pudding and Little Bean with me. Su Yu's girlfriend made breakfast for us. There was nothing between me and Su Yu." "Nothing?" Why did he send so many cars to get you out of the hospital? It was Little Bean and Pudding's idea. They instigated Su Yu to do it. Now you want the two kids to take the blame for you? Luyan, you're really something? Xiao Fei exclaimed. Damn it. I didn't take the blame for them. It's the truth. Do you want to fight? Stop talking. Let's continue. Then you went to barbecue and called the hooligan your brother. I tricked him into paying the bill for everyone. Then that idiot stopped me and I beat him to a pulp. Ha. Then you went shopping. Su Yu's bodyguard came to get you. You two planned to eat hot pot alone? Xiao Fei moved closer to Lu Yan. They were about to touch. I didn't get to eat. Didn't you disturb me? So, I'm the one who ruined your plans? No. You're just in time. At that time, I was planning to eat alone and let Xiaoan watch. I don't believe you, Lu Yan. You're a woman who goes back on your words. What kind of plan did you come up with? You sent me away so that you could come back to flirt with men. Fuck, Psycho Xiao, you're slandering me. But what I said just now is the truth. I've already explained, but you still don't believe me? I don't. What do I have to do to make you believe me? Lu Yan was helpless. Unless you kiss me in front of your subordinates. Fuck you. That's impossible. Just give up. Okay. Xiao Fei opened the car door and was about to get out. To be honest, Lu Yan was anxious when she saw Xiao Fei was about to leave. She had not seen him for a long time and missed him very much. This man must be crazy to have flown here from Moscow. Lu Yan would feel bad if she had to leave after staying for less than half an hour. Hey, Psycho Xiao, where are you going? Since you don't want to see me, I'll leave. You can continue to flirt in China. Don't go. At least have dinner with me. Lu Yan stammered and her excuse was lame. No, I don't have an appetite. I came all the way here to celebrate Chinese Valentine's Day with someone. I even prepared a gift, but you don't seem to appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. Lu Yan got out of the car with flowers in her hands. From afar, they looked like a couple who had a quarrel. If you appreciate it, kiss me in front of everyone, Xiao Fei demanded calmly. You're becoming more and more perverted. Did you not get enough sex in Moscow? Lu Yan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Chapter 34-39. Yeah. I'm just not satisfied. What? Will you satisfy me? Lu Yan was at a loss for words. She felt Psycho Xiao was a bit different today. He looked at her with a burning gaze. What was going on? Were there no girls in Russia? So, are you going to kiss me or force me to go back? How dare you threaten me? Yeah. So what? Am I threatening you? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. If you don't answer or choose, I'll leave. Then, Xiao Fei turned to leave. Suddenly, Lu Yan pounced on him and leaped up from behind. She wrapped her arms tightly around his neck. Damn it. Psycho. Didn't you want a kiss? I'll give you something exciting. Then, a shocking scene appeared. Lu Yan jumped onto Xiao Fei's body and bit his lips tightly. Such a rough kiss. It was simply a forced kiss. Young man, do you need me to call the police for you? An old woman passing by couldn't stand it. Where did this old woman come from? Go away. They're a couple playing around. Lu Yan's subordinates immediately drove the old woman away. Then Lu Yan seemed to be tired. She let go of Xiao Fei and jumped down. By now, Xiao Fei's lips had been bitten by Lu Yan, and there was a faint smell of blood. But our boss is so violent. Yeah. I feel like young Master Xiao was molested. With a girlfriend like our boss, his life is in danger all the time. I wonder if young Master Xiao will get angry after being bitten like this. Have you guys seen enough? Lu Yan turned her head abruptly and scolded her subordinates. Yes, we've seen enough. If you've seen enough, get out of here. Boss. We'll get out right now. Drive the car away. Get out of here and don't show up again. In fact, Lu Yan wasn't angry. She was very shy and didn't know what to do, so she pretended to be angry. It was as if she didn't have a female relative to take care of her all these years and had to figure everything out by herself. She didn't know how to fall in love. She didn't know how to do the wasteful things that lovers did. I kissed you. Are you satisfied now? Does it feel good? Lu Yen crossed her arms over her chest and smiled smugly. I don't like it. I want more, damn it. Lu Yan's face flushed red. Do you have to be so explicit? Are you a pervert? Seeing Lu Yan's awkward expression, Xiao Fei didn't want to continue teasing her. Xiaoyan, I'm a little hungry. Why don't you take me to eat something? Let's go. I'm hungry too. At the mention of food, Lu Yan was in a good mood. Then, the men drove the car away. Lu Yan was still holding flowers and lipstick. Hold this for me. It's too embarrassing. Lu Yan thought she was only good at holding guns. Suddenly taking these things was really too out of place. Xiao Fei took it without saying a word. Then, they passed by a Hermes store. Xiao Fei suddenly said, I'll buy you a bag. But I heard that it can cure all diseases, Xiao Fei said seriously. Can you not be so funny? Are you still psycho, Xiao? Lu Yen was laughing at the door when Xiao Fei walked in for less than a minute and came out with a random bag. Lu Yen glanced at the price tag. It was 360,000 yuan. Now you have a place to put your lipstick. Xiao Fei put the lipstick he bought into the bag for Lu Yen. Then he handed the bag to her. Psycho Xiao, you're a little different today. Are you possessed by a ghost? Let me tell you, if you ask me to pay you back, I won't pay you back. Lu Yen took the bag with mixed feelings. Yen, let's celebrate Valentine's Day like other couples. Xiao Fei put his hand on Lu Yen's back and kissed her. At that moment, Lu Yen felt warm. Chapter 3440. Why are you still standing there like an idiot? Lead the way. Let's go eat. Maybe it was because Xiao Feishuan was so hot tonight that Lu Yen wasn't prepared for it and kept spacing out. The two of them walked on the street and looked at the people coming and going, as well as the young couples who were holding roses. Lu Yen felt like she was just one of them, so ordinary. It was a magical feeling. Maybe it was because Xiao Fei's hair color was special, or maybe it was because he was too handsome, but he had short silver hair. Along the way, many girls secretly took photos of Xiao Fei with their cell phones. Xiao Fei lowered his head, so they could only see the side of his face. Beauty, can you ask your boyfriend to raise his head so I can take a photo of him? He's so handsome. He looks like a guy from a manga. A girl with a Taiwanese accent said to Lu Yen with a smile on her face. Get out of here. Take my ass. Lu Yen had tolerated these flies for a long time. These women were so reckless that they dared to flirt with her man on the street. With her short temper, Lu Yen wouldn't let them do as they pleased. Humph, don't be so cocky. You're so rude. I wonder how that pretty guy fell in love with you. The girl scolded Lu Yen before she left. What did you say? Do you want to fight? Lu Yen turned around and was about to teach the girl a lesson. But Lu Yen grabbed her by the collar. Calm down. What? You don't want me to hit your fan? Lu Yen pouted. I'm afraid that if you kill her, we won't be able to spend Valentine's Day together. Lu Yen, am I that rude? How could I kill her? Lu Yen felt wronged. Since she came back to China, she hadn't killed anyone for a few days. She had turned into a good sister, a good aunt to the twins, and Xiao Fei's little princess. I mean, you're not rude. That woman might not be able to take it, Xiao Fei said. You're right. Lu Yen was no longer angry at his words. She walked forward with him smugly. Unknowingly, they came to a busy street in the center of the city. There were all kinds of delicious food and ethnic restaurants on both sides of the street. Psycho Xiao, what do you want to eat? I'm fine with anything. It's up to you. Then let's eat hot pot. I wanted to eat hot pot last time, but you ruined it. I've been thinking about it for days. You still have the nerve to mention this? Xiao Fei glanced at her coldly, as if there was still a strong smell of jealousy on him. There was already a long queue in front of a Chongqing hot pot restaurant. Most of them were couples. While they were queuing, they were kissing and hugging each other. It was such a torturous scene that it was unbearable to watch. Fuck, how long do we have to wait? Wait here, I'll go get the boss to clear the place. Lu Yen was very impatient. Seeing so many people, she didn't even want to line up. He would have to use money to buy out the entire venue. Xiao Fei hurriedly stopped her when he saw her like this. Forget it. It's a holiday and everyone wants to have a good time. You're not only ruining everyone's mood, but it's also boring to eat with just the two of us. Then what should I do? I don't like waiting in line. Lu Yen pouted. Didn't we say we were going to be an ordinary couple? No ordinary couple is like you. Xiao Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. But being an ordinary person is so fucking tiring. Lu Yen wasn't used to it at all. Wait here, let me try. Xiao Fei walked toward the man who was dressed like a manager. Chapter 3441. Xiao Fei thought for a moment and said to the lobby manager at the door, "Hello, we want to eat hot pot." "Sir, please line up behind us and follow the order," the lobby manager responded with a smile. "Here's the thing. I came back from another city to spend the holiday with my girlfriend. But I have something to do tomorrow and have to fly back before dawn. If I wait too long, I'm afraid I won't be able to watch a movie with her. Can you make an exception?" "I see." The lobby manager looked a bit depressed. Not far away, Lu Yen opened her mouth wide in surprise and thought, "Psycho Qiao, your acting skills are awesome. You put on a sad show for the sake of eating hot pot. Good job." But look at her boyfriend. He's so romantic. He came back from another city to spend the holiday with his girlfriend. The young couple beside them was envious. "Just let them eat first. Time is precious," someone yelled. "Yeah. We agree with them," cutting the line. Everyone spoke up for them enthusiastically. "Come in." "I'll let you in first," the manager said with a smile. "Damn it. That works?" Lu Yen instantly felt like Xiao Fei had saved 100,000 yuan for her. She had planned to spend 100,000 yuan to clear the restaurant for an hour. Just like that, the two of them were led into the restaurant in a daze. One table had just finished. After the waiter cleared the table, he led them to a quiet corner with a good view. "Psycho Qiao, I don't think you should be the young master of a gang. I think you should go to Hollywood and become a movie king." "Huh? I'm doing it for you. Why are you laughing?" Xiao Fei glared at her. "Huh? You spoke as if you were telling the truth. I'm impressed by your acting skills. Come on. I'm telling the truth. I really flew here from Moscow and have to leave before dawn." "Hey, you're good looking. Everything you say is right." Xiao Fei was speechless. "Where did you learn all this nonsense?" "I learned it from my two nieces. They're super talented and often talk about the latest internet slang. Sometimes even my sister is dumbfounded." "Xiao Fei, what's with that expression?" "Nothing. Let's eat." Then, the two of them ate spicy hot pot in a very good atmosphere. Lu Yen ate until she was full. When she paid the bill, she found she had only spent about 300 yuan. The prices were so low that it brought happiness. After finishing the hot pot, the two of them headed out. "Where are we going now?" Lu Yen asked. "Aren't we going to the movies next?" "Ah, are we really going to watch it? Isn't it stupid?" Lu Yen had never watched a movie in a theater. She was used to being alone since she was young and didn't like to go to crowded places. She didn't even know how to buy tickets. Therefore, when she heard that Xiao Fei was going to watch a movie, she felt that it was quite interesting. "Do you want to go?" I'm fine with anything." Lu Yen became shy. "Let's go then." Then, he took Lu Yan's hand and walked toward the movie theater not far away. Although the two of them had kissed, hugged, and held hands before, this time, they were holding hands in public on the streets. Lu Yen felt strange, as if something was bubbling up from the depths of her heart. When they arrived at the cinema hall, the two of them looked at the colorful posters. "What movies are we going to watch?" Lu Yen was dazzled. "I don't care. You can watch anything you want." Xiao Fei didn't know what to do. "Can we watch a porn movie? With so many people watching it together, it must feel different," Lu Yen said shamelessly. Xiao Fei turned his head and glanced at her. He said calmly, "You don't have to watch it in the theater. I can watch it live with you." Chapter 3442. Stop talking nonsense. Hurry up and choose a movie. Don't you have a flight to catch? This time, Lu Yen didn't scold Xiao Fei. Instead, she skillfully avoided the topic. "Wolf Warrior 2. Do you want to watch it?" Is it necessary? It's not like we haven't lived that kind of life before. Looking at the poster about the massacre by the anti-government organization in Africa, Lu Yen wasn't curious at all. She seemed to have lived in such an environment. It wasn't a movie, it was the most realistic. Didn't you say it's good? There are a lot of people buying tickets. We can't just choose a horror movie, right? Okay. Then Wolf Warrior 2 it is. In the end, the two of them bought tickets to watch the popular Wolf Warrior 2 without any dispute. Xiao Fei even bought popcorn and Coke for Lu Yen. It was super heartwarming. The most awkward thing was that they couldn't get a good seat and sat in the corner at the back. The young couples in front and left weren't here to watch a movie, they were here to show off their love. When the male lead was fighting pirates, the young couple in front of him kissed passionately and showed off their love. When the male lead was saving people in Africa, the young couple on the left touched the girl's body. When the male lead was about to save the girl, the young couple on the right wanted to stick together like Siamese twins. This wasn't a movie, it was a show of love. Lu Yen couldn't imagine how bad it would be if a single person came to watch a movie alone. Would they be covered in cuts and bruises? When the two of them walked out, Lu Yen tossed the unfinished popcorn into the trash can. Damn it. It's so sweet. I don't know how much weight I'll gain if I eat it. How can I be as unrestrained as Little Bean? You're not fat, Xiao Fei looked at her and said quietly. What do you know? I'm not light. It's just that it's all inside and can't be seen with my clothes on. That's why I look thin. I don't believe you. It's true. I'm not lying to you, Lu Yen explained seriously. She even put her hand on her belly to show Xiao Fei the extra flesh. If you let me touch it, I'll believe you, damn it. You tricked me again. You tricked me today. Did you go to a training class? You almost took advantage of me again. Xiao Fei smiled but didn't say anything. He just thought Lu Yen was so cute right now. Just like the girl next door, she would be shy, blush, and even fly into a rage out of humiliation. Stop laughing. Do you think I won't beat you up? Lu Yen raised her fist. I don't believe that you can do it. I came all the way here to see you. I took such a long flight and couldn't eat or sleep well, just to see you. Don't make it sound so emotional. It's like it's the last time we met. I'm not dead. Lu Yen lowered her head and kicked a pebble on the road. Little Yen, After this plan, let's not be separated again, okay? Even if it's fake, I can't stand it. I don't want to be separated from you. I'm unhappy every day in Moscow. Aren't you tired of being with me every day? I scold you and bully you. Lu Yen was a bit shy. You can bully me for the rest of my life. I think my physical fitness is not bad. Maybe I'm the only one who can withstand your abuse. Xiao Fei laughed. Go. You're defaming me again. At this moment, Xiao Fei's phone rang. Young master, it's time to go. If you go back late, they'll get suspicious. Okay, I got it. Xiao Fei hung up without hesitation. You are going back? Lu Yen suddenly realized that time had passed so quickly. A few hours later, she had eaten hot pot and watched a movie. I have one last gift for you. Xiao Fei looked at Lu Yen gently. Chapter 34-43. A gift. Lu Yen wondered if it was perfume or something even more vulgar. At this moment, a black Mercedes-Benz slowly drove up and stopped beside them. Xiao Fei's subordinate got out of the car with a delicately wrapped dark blue box in his hands. This is for you. Xiao Fei took the gift box from his subordinate and handed it to Lu Yen. What's this? You can look at it after I leave. You're so old-fashioned. Lu Yen wondered if Xiao Fei had plagiarized many of his dialogues from romance movies. They were so lame. I'm leaving. Be a good girl. Don't make me jealous again or else. You're going to slaughter the whole city. Lu Yen finished his sentence for him. Yeah, I'm going to slaughter the whole city. Xiao Fei smiled slightly. Then he hugged Lu Yen and kissed her on the forehead. Then he turned around and left. The silver-haired man, the cold weirdo, came and went like the wind. Just as Xiao Fei was about to get into the car, with the gift in her hands, Lu Yen suddenly yelled, Psycho Xiao, you look very handsome tonight. Xiao Fei paused and turned around to look at Lu Yen affectionately. Then he left. Lu Yen knew how difficult it was for Xiao Fei to come out. He had to avoid Xiao Nan's eyes, Amy, and the people in his family who all had ulterior motives. Moscow wasn't close to China. Even if he took a private plane, it would take 5 or 6 hours. Therefore, she couldn't eat or sleep well. Besides, this was the first time Psycho Qiao had given her a gift. In the past, when they were together, it was always him who fed her and took her US dollars. But this time, Psycho Qiao was so generous and didn't get anything from her. Lu Yen thought this guy must be crazy. Looking at the brocade box in her hands, Lu Yen murmured with a smile, "Is it a bomb?" Xiao Fei's car disappeared into the night. To be honest, Lu Yen was quite disappointed. Everything just now felt like a dream. This guy suddenly appeared, had dinner and watched movies with her, and then suddenly left. Sitting on a step, Lu Yen put down the rose in her hands and slowly opened the brocade box. Then, her eyes lit up. "This is..." Lu Yen took it out in disbelief and was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't perfume or lipstick, nor was it a rose gown. This was the latest high-tech bulletproof vest produced by the Russian military factory. It broke the traditional heavy feeling and used a new material. It was light and thin, and its bulletproof effect was extremely awesome. Lu Yen had been paying attention to the bulletproof vest since it was announced that it would be put into use. However, it was later rumored that this bulletproof vest was made with high-quality technology. They didn't plan to take out, so it was very difficult to get them. As the first Chinese mafia in Russia, the Qiao family had a close relationship with the local mafia. They have been engaged in the arms trade in Asia. Therefore, it wasn't surprising that Xiao Fei could get the first-hand goods. However, this was the first time he had seen someone give a bulletproof vest to a girl. But for Lu Yen, it was what she needed the most. This was 100 times better than giving him cash. I couldn't tell that Psycho Qiao was so good at catering to people's interests. Lu Yen smiled in satisfaction and stood up. His men drove the nanny van and immediately rushed over, not daring to delay their boss for even a minute. "Boss, young Master Qiao left?" "Then you didn't tell him?" Her men were quite disappointed. Lu Yen glared. "Nothing. Boss, sit tight. Now, shall we send you back to South Hill Manor to rest?" "Rest my ass. I'm going to take my present to my sister and give her a good beating." Lu Yen smiled wickedly. After being bullied for a whole day, she was going to take revenge with her present. Chapter 3444. "Boss, I don't think we should do that." "Why not?" "I don't think you can defeat Miss Hua. Miss Hua and President Qin love each other so much." "Will she defeat you?" Even Lu Yan's subordinates thought it was better not to confront their sister directly. After all, Qin Chu and Huamian were the best at torturing single people. "I don't believe it. It's the first time I've received flowers and a bag that can cure all diseases." "Oh, there's lipstick in it." Lu Yen felt really good about receiving gifts. Ignoring her subordinate's advice, she went back to Seductive Fox without hesitation. Because there were too many people in the room, she didn't bring the flowers or the bulletproof vest. She left them all in the car. However, she went back alone. She planned to describe the situation to her elder sister. Unfortunately, when she opened the door of the room, she was completely stunned. She had only been gone for a short while, but the people inside all seemed to be drunk. Even her brother-in-law, Mr. Qin, who always had good self-control, was a little tipsy. He was holding Huomin's face and whispering something intimately. The rest of the people were either sitting in pairs, clinking glasses, playing finger-guessing games, or hugging each other and singing like Jiang Shaowei and Zhu Lingling. The kids were even more ridiculous. Pudding, Little Bean, Wei Yunchu, and Gao Buyun. The four of them sat calmly in a corner and played a game of Who's the Spy? "What is going on? You're back." Then, who was still sober, saw Lu Yen and hurried over. Did they drink too much?" "Yeah. It's rare for them to get together and have fun. They're all letting loose." But Dr. He didn't drink. "She's pregnant." Afraid that Lu Yen would worry about her sister, and hurried to explain. "I'm impressed." Lu Yen was impressed by their alcohol tolerance. At this moment, Tang Chuan walked over in a daze. He put one hand on Lu Yan's shoulder. Before he could put it down, Lu Yen grabbed it tightly and almost dislocated it. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hurry up and let go of me. What do you want? Lu Yen stared at Tang Chuan with wide eyes. Of course I have something to say to you. You're overreacting, lass. If you have something to say, you can't just say it. Why did you do it? Lu Yen continued to glare at Tang Chuan. Mr. Tang, you must be drunk. Let's talk nicely. And also thought it was wrong for Tang Chuan to pat Lu Yen. I'll talk. Let me go first, girl. I'm not interested in flat-chested girls. Don't worry, I definitely don't have any ulterior motives. Hearing Tang Chuan's words, Lu Yen pressed harder. Tang Chuan screamed in pain, "Sister-in-law, save me! Sister-in-law Huamin, save me! I'm going to die." In the end, Tang Chuan had no choice but to ask Huamin for help. At this moment, Huamin, who was flirting with Mr. Qin, quickly got up and walked over. "What are you doing, Yen? Let go." This person's words are not nice. I'm teaching him a lesson. Seeing her sister come over, Lu Yen suddenly let go of his hand. Tang Chuan is like this. He's very naughty. He's just playing with you. Then Huamin turned to Tang Chuan with a smile and said, "I told you not to mess with my sister. You're risking your life by playing with her." "Is it necessary?" Tang Chuan rubbed his arm, skeptical. "Why don't you try again?" Huamin couldn't help but laugh. No. I don't want to try. I really have something to talk to her about. Sister-in-law, please help me talk to her. Tang Chuan was a little regretful. Why did he have to be so stupid? Chapter 34-45. You've learned your lesson, haven't you? Yeah. Hearing Huamin's words, Tang Chuan nodded immediately. Talk to him. He really has a favor to ask of you. Then Huamin turned to leave. Hey, sis, I got a gift today. Lu Yen wanted to show off the gift to her sister. In the end, he was entangled by Tang Chuan again. Sis, I really have a favor to ask of you. Do I know you well? No, the key is that none of these people can come up with good ideas for me. I'll leave it to you. I heard from Pudding and Little Bean that their auntie is smart. My Ning Ning is the same. She's very lively, so she'll definitely like your ideas. What idea? Lu Yen glanced at Tang Chuan, who reeked of alcohol in disdain. I want to propose to Ning Ning in a different way. I want her to remember it for the rest of her life. Then propose to her, Lu Yen said. But the proposals nowadays are too old-fashioned. They either sing love songs, play the piano, or set up roses and candles. They're all the same. It's not meaningful at all. You want to catch me by surprise, right? Lu Yen asked. Something special. Something memorable. It's too exciting. Are you afraid? Exciting is good. We like excitement. It's a good idea. Yeah, I do have a good idea. Lu Yen bit her lip and smirked. What idea? Lu Yen pulled an aside and told him her idea. Tell him. I don't want to deal with drunkards. Then, Lu Yen turned to go find Huamin. This idea is really... and looked conflicted. And what did the girl say to you? Hurry up and tell me. Curious, Tang Chuan grabbed En's collar and wouldn't let go. It's indeed exciting. Young Master Tang, are you sure you want to hear it? Of course. I want something exciting. Tell me about it. Tang Chuan asked for everyone's opinions at the table. But with so many people, no one could come up with a satisfactory solution. Even someone as smart as Huamin only gave a conservative answer. He told Huamin to wake her up in the middle of the night and give her a surprise. However, Tang Chuan still didn't think it was exciting enough. In the end, the twins suggested asking Lu Yen. In the twins' hearts, their little aunt was especially clever. She had a weird personality, so the ideas she came up with would definitely be weird too. Sure enough, Lu Yen didn't disappoint. She came up with a brilliant idea without much consideration, and was so scared that his little heart trembled. Oh my God, Masterin, can you hurry up? Don't be so hesitant. I'm still planning. Ning Ning is coming back soon. Remember to give it to Tang Chuan? Lu Yen said, she wants you to pretend that you died in a car accident. What kind of idea is that? And I Yang used it before. He pretended to be dead and came back to life in the hospital. Then he proposed to Ningning on the spot, right? Tang Chuan was disappointed. No. Lu Yan said if you pretend to be dead and don't show up, you can get up and propose to Ningning 3 days later at the funeral. Damn it? Come back to life? It's not a fucking proposal, it's scaring Ningning to death. What kind of idea did Lu Yan come up with? Hearing this, Tang Chuan felt like his head was going to explode. Lu Yan was the only woman in the world who could come up with the idea of making him come back to life at the funeral. In the corner of the sofa, Zheng Ro looked at Su Yu with a Budweiser bottle in her hand. Drunk, she looked at him. Su Yu, why did everyone get a present but not me? Don't I have to celebrate Chinese Valentine's Day? Chapter 3446. We're just acting. Don't take it so seriously. Su Yu didn't think it was a big deal. But, even if we're acting, can't we act more realistically? Forget it. Don't act too realistically. We'll all get into character. Su Yu was embarrassed. We'll all get into character. Do you think I'll really fall in love with you? Zheng Ro chuckled. No. Don't overthink it. I'm afraid I'll fall in love with you. Fine. I'll give you a red packet. Buy whatever you want. Then Su Yu took out his cell phone, opened WeChat, and transferred 10,000 yuan to Zheng Ro. It was enough to buy a lot of roses, but he didn't put any thought into it. Zheng Ro thought sadly that if it were Huamin, Su Yu wouldn't have done it like this. She reached out her hand and refused the transfer. What do you mean? Su Yu was puzzled at the refusal. I was just kidding. You didn't take it seriously. I'm living and eating at your house for free. How can I take your money? It doesn't conflict. You're not living and eating at my house for free. Su Yu glanced at Zheng Ro, puzzled by her sudden change in expression. I don't want your money. I have money. Like Su Yu, Zheng Ro had never lacked money since she was a child. She didn't have any concept of money, so she was slightly disappointed when Su Yu still offered to give her money. But she knew Su Yu didn't like her and wouldn't waste his time on her. Wei Ying was one of the few people who wasn't drunk. She hadn't planned to come. She didn't want to come, but Wei Liao forbade her from having a bachelor party with her friends. So she forced Jiang Xiaowei to come. Although Wei Ying was familiar with these people, she still couldn't hang out with them. Everyone knew what had happened in the past, so she was a little embarrassed. Seeing everyone drinking happily and singing songs and playing finger-guessing games in 2s and 3s, Wei Ying felt bored. She stood up and walked behind Wei Yunchu, watching the children play the game of Who Was the Spy. The rules of the game were simple. Everyone took a peek at the 4 words and memorized them. Then, they used all the words they could think of to describe them. Then, everyone would vote to guess who the spy was. The difficulty was high because the word undercover was very similar to the word civilian. So basically, everyone would be confused. For example, backpack and school bag, scarf and scarf, table tennis and badminton. These were very similar terms. Auntie. Wei Yunchu looked back at Wei Ying. How was it? Did you win? Wei Ying rubbed her nephew's head lovingly. Yeah, I just won a few rounds. Really? My nephew is so awesome. Wei Ying was curious. Gao Buyuan. The other 3 children answered in unison. Huh, Buyuan is the scapegoat again. Wei Ying laughed. Auntie Wei Ying, they bullied me. I'm the youngest. Bullshit, don't find excuses when you lose. I told you to eat less desserts. Your brain must be blocked. You lost the first round and it was so embarrassing. You said you could describe yourself first and you said you were an animal. How could we not choose you? The 3 of us are Cinderella, only you are an ugly duckling. Little Bean was speechless. But I'm an animal, an ugly duckling. Gao Buyan was sure he was right. Then can't you say you're a character in a fairy tale? Do you want to be the model in the first round? Little Bean lectured him earnestly. But Little Bean, you eat a lot of sweets yourself. Why do you keep criticizing me? Gao Buyan felt wronged and refused to admit that he had become stupid because he ate sweets all the time. Chapter 3447. Damn it. How dare you compare yourself with me? Don't you know how stupid you are? I was born with my IQ. I'm on the same level as my sister. Even if I eat a lot of sweets, I'm not as stupid as you. I'm stupid. You only want to play with me, right? Gao Buiyuan retorted. But you've learned how to talk back. Good job, Gao Buiyuan. Watching the kids bicker, Wei Ying felt warm in her heart. She had known Shen Mingxi when they were little and they used to play hide and seek together. But Shen Mingxi didn't like to talk and wasn't as lively as Gao Buiyuan. Auntie, this is for you. Wei Yunchu turned around and handed her a bouquet of roses. But what do you mean? Wei Ying chuckled. Everyone got flowers today except for you. Did you get bullied? No. Your auntie is immune to all kinds of drugs. Ah. Wei Ying hadn't had a boyfriend since her divorce. She lived a fulfilling life alone and learned many things, including tea ceremony and yoga. So, she didn't feel bored. Take it. I bought a lot and Pudding has it. This is for you. Take it as a gift from your nephew. My Yunchu is so considerate. But Auntie doesn't want it. It's just roses. I won't die without them. Okay, you guys continue playing. I'm going to the washroom. Wei Ying stood up. Yunchu, your auntie still doesn't have a boyfriend? No. Grandpa often scolds her, but she won't find one. I think she might still like her ex-husband, Pudding guessed. I think so too, but my dad won't let my auntie have any contact with the Shen family. But who knows? It's complicated. I don't want to know. Wei Yunchu didn't want to know more about his auntie. The children continued to play the game. When Wei Ying came out of the washroom, the door of the private room opened a crack. Miss Wei Ying, what's up? Wei Ying looked at the waiter curiously. Can you come out for a moment? I have something for you. Me? The more Wei Ying listened, the more curious she became. Seeing that no one was looking at her, she opened the door and walked out. The waiter handed her a bouquet of roses. There were 99 roses in total. It was the latest black chiffon dress on the market. It was beautiful, noble, and mysterious. Wei Ying was at a loss for words. She glanced at the waitress's face, indicating that she didn't know her. The gentleman in room 818 next door asked me to give it to you. Sir doesn't want me to reveal his name. He told me to give it to Miss Wei Ying in this private room. The waiters here were very smart and knew the regulars. Wei Ying often hung out with her friends, so she recognized Wei Ying and called her out secretly. Is that gentleman still in the private room? He shouldn't have left yet. Oh, then I'll go take a look. Wei Ying couldn't wait. She seemed to know who that person was, but she was afraid she wasn't. So, with great excitement, Wei Ying rushed into room 818 with roses in her hands. The men and women inside froze when they saw Wei Ying. Then they warmed up to her. Ying, you're here too. Come, let's play. A few of Wei Ying's friends came to greet her when they saw her. Excuse me, which one of you gave me these flowers? Wei Ying glanced around and didn't see the person she was looking for, so she sounded disappointed. Ying, I gave you the flowers. Yi Xiaoyang stood up and walked toward Wei Ying. Chapter 3448. Oh, it's you. There wasn't a trace of joy on Wei Ying's face. I was going to ask you out for dinner, but I heard you were having a party with your brother next door. Yeah. My brother is having dinner with Lord Su, President Qin, and Dr. Hua. I just wanted to join in the fun. Do you like the flowers? Not bad. Thank you. Since you're here, let's sit down and have some fun. Yi Xiaoyang had chased after Wei Ying but didn't get any response, so he was displeased with Shen Mingxi. So, Wei Ying gradually drifted away from him. If she had known the flowers were from Yi Xiaoyang, she wouldn't have accepted them. It's okay. You guys have fun. I'll go back and take care of my brother and sister-in-law. They seem to be drunk and can't drive. Then, Wei Ying nodded to the others and left. Eldest Miss Wei doesn't seem to be very happy? Someone in the crowd said. Does she still like Shen Mingxi? Mr. Yi, you don't have to go that far. There are so many good women out there. Why would you surround yourself with a second-hand woman? Someone recklessly taunted. Shut your fucking mouths. Yi Xiaoyang turned his head abruptly and smashed a beer bottle. Don't mention Shen Mingxi in front of me again. And, If I hear anyone say anything bad about Ying, don't blame me for being rude. Yi Xiaoyang had a bad temper and everyone knew he wasn't to be trifled with. Seeing how protective he was of Wei Ying, they guessed he had some feelings for her and didn't dare to say more. After Wei Ying walked out of the private room, she gave the 99 roses to the waitress. She didn't want the roses from Yi Xiaoyang and didn't want them. She wasn't dating him. Why would he give her flowers on Chinese Valentine's Day? When they returned to the private room, Jiang Xiaowei immediately pulled Wei Ying aside. Come on. This song, Coming Across the Ocean to See You, is your song. Sing it. Sister-in-law, you sing it? I'm off-key. Obviously, Wei Ying wasn't in the mood. It's okay. I'll sing it with you. We're both off-key and no one will laugh at us. After Jiang Xiaowei sang a song with her sister-in-law, they were a little tired and sat on the sofa, panting. Jiang Xiaowei handed Wei Ying a bottle of beer. What's wrong? Is there something on your mind? Oh, no. Don't lie to me. Don't forget what my major is. Jiang Xiaowei seemed to have seen through Wei Ying's mind. Sister-in-law, can you not be so direct? Can't you give me some privacy? Tell me about it. I've been observing you all night. You seem to have a lot on your mind. Sister-in-law, someone sent me 99 flowers just now. Seeing that she couldn't hide it from her sister-in-law, Wei Ying decided to come clean. Shen Mingxi gave it to you? If only it was him. No, it was Yi Xiaoyang. That brat from the Yi family is still chasing after you? Wei Ying nodded gloomily. Then what do you think? What can I think? Of course I don't like him. I have no feelings for him. Why don't you just say that you can't forget Shen Mingxi? Jiang Xiaowei took a sip of beer and smiled. Wei Ying lowered her head shyly, knowing that she couldn't hide her thoughts from her sister-in-law. Just then she received a WeChat message. She opened it and a trace of pleasant surprise flashed across her eyes. Ying, are you asleep? No, Wei Ying replied instantly. You look like you know who sent you the message. Okay, you can chat. Jiang Xiaowei patted her sister-in-law's shoulder and stood up. Sister-in-law, don't tell my brother. Wei Ying was very afraid of her second brother, Wei Liao. Chapter 3449. I know, but my hush money is expensive. Jiang Xiaowei teased her. No problem. I'll send you a red pocket in a minute. Then, Wei Ying continued chatting with Shen Mingxi with a smile. Shen Mingxi, I'm busy at work today. I just finished working overtime. Wei Ying, take care of yourself. Shen Mingxi, are you free now? Wei Ying, what's up? Shen Mingxi, I haven't had dinner yet. Do you want to have supper together? Wei Ying, okay. I'm hungry. Shen Mingxi, how about the dumpling restaurant on Old Street on Chunshan Road? Wei Ying, okay. I want dumplings too. Shen Mingxi, I'll pick you up at your house. Wei Ying, I'm outside. Let's meet at the dumpling restaurant. I'll drive there myself. Shen Mingxi, okay. Be careful. Wei Ying chatted with Shen Mingxi on WeChat for a while and then stood up with her coat. Big brother, Wei Ying walked up to Wei Liao who was chatting with Tang Chuan. What's up? I'm sleepy. I'm going back to bed. You drank. Can you drive? I'll have the driver pick you up. Wei Liao was about to make a phone call. I've called a designated driver. Don't worry. Don't drink too much. It's not good for your health. I know. Wei Liao was chatting with Tang Chuan and didn't notice the subtle expression on Wei Ying's face. Just like that, she sneaked out. Wei Ying drank a little but not too much. She didn't call a designated driver and drove to the dumpling restaurant. When she got there, Shen Mingxi was already there. So fast? Shen Mingxi smiled. There were few people on the road at night, so I drove a little fast. I ordered pork and celery for you. I love celery. Wei Ying took off her coat with a smile. Shen Mingxi picked up a rose from the seat to his right. Here you are. When I got off the car, I saw a kid selling flowers. I knew today was Chinese Valentine's Day, so I bought one. Thank you. Wei Ying happily took the roses. If she remembered correctly, this was the first time they spent Valentine's Day together. Before they got married, Mingxi was always busy with the company when they were dating. He basically didn't skip any festivals. Holding the single rose, Wei Ying felt a sense of happiness that she hadn't felt in a long time. Even though Yi Zhaoyang had given her 99 flowers, she was not happy at all. Mingxi had only bought one, but she was as happy as a child. It seemed that the roses were not important, but the person who sent the flowers was. It seemed that the phrase, chicken soup for the soul, that was circulating on the internet was not wrong. If you chose the right person, every day would be Valentine's Day. Initially, she thought it would be good enough to receive a single rose. She didn't expect Mingxi to give her another gift. It was a handbag with an obvious Chanel logo on it. Last time, I was too abrupt and caused you to be in an awkward situation. I'm very sorry. Later, when I was on a business trip to Hong Kong, I bought this. I said it was a limited edition and many female celebrities liked it. I thought it looked good and suited you, so I bought it back. But recently, I've been busy and didn't have time to give it to you. What's this? Wei Ying was curious. Open it and see. Wei Ying took the handbag and opened the box. Inside lay a pair of exquisite earrings. On the top was the classic Chanel logo, and on the bottom was a pair of high-quality pearls. It was the kind of design that all girls would like. As a socialite, Wei Ying was a loyal fan of Chanel and had almost all of Chanel's bags, jackets, and dresses. She also had this style of earrings, but not in this color. It was an ordinary style with white pearls, the kind that was milky white. That was because this pair was a faint purple color. Especially under the illumination of the light, it was very beautiful. It has this color? Wei Ying was pleasantly surprised. Do you like it? Yes, I like it. Wei Ying nodded happily. Mingxi also smiled. Just then, the restaurant's auntie walked over enthusiastically with 2 plates of dumplings. Mr. Xin, your wife is very beautiful. You two look like husband and wife. The auntie's words made Mingxi and Wei Ying feel awkward again. Chapter 3450. Mingxi seemed to want to explain. Big brother Mingxi, let's eat it while it's hot. It'll get cold soon. Okay. Wei Ying interrupted Mingxi, so he didn't explain further. She thought Mingxi wasn't prepared for this day. But he still received gifts and flowers at this late hour. Wei Ying felt very happy and content, although their relationship was still in a stalemate. Are you still in contact with Hui Yanyan? Wei Ying asked after a moment of thought. I visit her regularly at the Mental Rehabilitation Center and give her some photos of Tian in Singapore. Is she okay? Not very. She scolds and hits people. The doctors there say they give her sedatives occasionally. It seems she has a complete mental breakdown. After all, she's been through so much, and she can't get over it. What about you? Big brother Mingxi, are you really going to take care of Tian for the rest of her life? Will she be grateful to you? Wei Ying always felt Hui Yanyan's child had a strange personality and seemed to have some flaws. She wasn't as easy to communicate with as other children and seemed to be hostile to everyone. Wei Ying's thoughts weren't without basis. When Tian went abroad to study, Wei Ying helped her find the school and the nanny there. Wei Ying had a best friend who went there to study since high school. They came back every holiday and had fun together. Now the girl was working there as an executive of a famous company. Most of the time, she was the one who contacted people there. After Tian left, Wei Ying pitied her for being young and having no one to accompany her, so she asked her best friend to take care of her. After a few visits, her best friend stopped. She said the child was annoying and had a bad personality. Even the nannies taking care of her had changed 7 times. From Filipino maids to Indian and Taiwanese people, none of them satisfied her. Not only did she not study, but she also spent a lot of money. Once, she spent more than 1 million yuan on Mingxi's credit card in 1 week. No one knew what she bought. She even asked Wei Ying to tell Mingxi to leave the child alone. But Wei Ying knew it was impossible. Tian has no one to rely on now. I'm the only one she has. Mingxi poured some vinegar into his plate and sighed. But I think that being good to a child doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money on her. The most important thing is to educate her well. Children are naive and willful. They don't know what's good for them, so adults have to teach them. My brother's son, Yunchu, is very sensible. My parents like him very much. And almost everyone likes sister Huamin's twins. I understand what you mean, Yingying, but we have to take it slow. Right now, Tian is angry with me and doesn't want to talk to me properly. Wouldn't it be better to bring her back? Forget it, it might not be a good thing for her to come back. My mother has always been against her. When the time comes, she might as well stay abroad. At the thought of this, Shen Mingxi felt particularly embarrassed. Wei Ying sneaked out on a date and didn't attract anyone's attention. On the other side, Lu Yan put her arms around Huamin's neck and showed off her lute. Sis, let me tell you a secret. What is it? Huamin looked at Lu Yan in puzzlement. Xiao Fei came to keep me company tonight. Where is he? He left. Left? Huamin froze. Yeah, he only left a little more than 5 hours ago. So willful. Guess what he gave me as a gift? Lu Yan boasted. Chapter 3451. Roses. Yeah. What else? Lipstick? Yeah. What else? Clothes? Handbags? Huamin tried his best to get close to her. Yeah. I bought them all. You won't be able to guess the most important one. What if I can guess it? Huamin looked at his sister's smug face and wanted to take her down a notch. That's amazing. If you can guess it, I lose. Let's bet 1 million yuan, okay? That much money? Huamin thought it was unthinkable to bet 1 million yuan. What are you afraid of? Your husband is rich. Lu Yan was sure she would win. You make it sound like I'm going to lose. Huamin was obviously not convinced. Since you're my sister, I'll give you 3 chances. If you can't guess it correctly 3 times, you'll have to give me 1 million yuan. Okay, I'll try. Huamin liked to play with Lu Yan. Seeing that she was in a good mood tonight, he took advantage of the situation and made a bet with her. A pistol? Huamin thought Yan's identity would require a pistol. It was said that good pistols were very expensive. That was why he guessed it was a weapon. Wrong. You lost your first chance. You have 2 more. Lu Yan raised 2 fingers, looking smug. Not a pistol? Let me think. The bomb? Huamin thought Lu Yan, a genius bomb expert, was obsessed with bombs like a panda with bamboo. It's the second time. You're doomed. Lu Yan saw the light of victory. The 1 million yuan was almost in her hand. Seeing that the answer was still wrong, Huamin lowered his head and fell into deep thought. 1 minute later. Are you going to think about it all night? Dr. Hua? Tell me. Lu Yan urged him. Is it a bulletproof vest? Fuck. Lu Yan's expression was one of shock. Am I right? How did you know? Sis, did you talk to Xiao Fei on the phone? Lu Yan was shocked. Don't talk nonsense, I don't know that kid's phone number. Then, how did you know? Lu Yan was very suspicious. Seeing how happy you are, I knew that you would like it. My previous guesses about the pistol and the bomb were wrong. After thinking about it, I realized that Xiao Fei couldn't have brought any dangerous goods into the country, so it should be something easy to carry and pass through customs easily. I heard that the Russian military factories are very good at producing all kinds of military weapons. As a girl, the only thing that you can use is probably a bulletproof vest. Thank you. Lu Yan cupped her fists. When Big Sister calmed down, her brain was indeed not for nothing. Her reputation as a genius was not undeserved. These deductions were all correct. You guessed it right. Chick, give me the money. I want cash. Huamin reached out his hand to tease Lu Yan. Dr. Hua, you're crazy. Do you know how much 1 million yuan in cash is? It's okay, my family of 4 can carry it. Haha, you're cheating me. How am I cheating you? Who was the one who was so excited to bet 1 million yuan with me? Okay, I'll transfer the money to you now. It's really a night of losing money. Lu Yan turned on her watch and transferred the money quickly. Then and walked up from behind her. Lu Yan, President Su seems a little drunk. I'll take him home now, he has a shareholders meeting tomorrow. I'll go with you to get the car. My sister can't drive by herself, let's go together. Then, Lu Yen and An took the elevator to the parking lot on the second floor of the basement and prepared to drive the car to the gate. Just as An was about to take out the keys to Su Yu's black Lamborghini, "Be careful!" Lu Yen suddenly yelled. He saw a man holding a knife and chopping at Xiao An's head. The scene was extremely dangerous. Chapter 3452. It turned out that 4 or 5 people wearing masks and hats had appeared in the parking lot. Each of them had a machete in their hand and looked menacing. And didn't expect an ambush here, so he just wanted to drive the car out. Lu Yen was the kind of person who lived on the tip of a knife all day long. With her years of intuition, she sensed that the atmosphere in the parking lot was wrong. Sure enough, she was more careful and saw the people who had almost killed. Unfortunately, they were both martial artists and started fighting in the parking lot. However, no security guards came, which meant that these people had tampered with the cameras. It seemed to be a trap, and was agile and knocked down one of them with a few punches. It seemed that these people didn't have any martial arts skills and couldn't be beaten up. Lu Yen was more ruthless and broke the other party's bones. In less than 3 minutes, the people wearing masks and hats were all lying on the ground. "Tell me, who are you?" And squatted down and grabbed one of them by the collar. Humph! The person seemed to want to ignore An. He turned his head and didn't say anything. "Are you going to tell me or not? If you don't, I'll slap you." And seemed angry. He had to figure out the identity of these people, but they still didn't want to say anything. "Get up. Let me do it." Lu Yen really didn't like the way An asked questions. So, she grabbed An and dragged him to the side. Then she squatted down, took out her dagger, and stabbed the man's thigh. The sudden pain caused the man to cry out in alarm. "From now on, I'll ask you a question. If you don't answer in 3 seconds, I'll stab you." Then Lu Yen looked at them. "Or you?" The man seemed to be hesitating about what to say, but the time passed. Lu Yen stabbed him again. This time, she stabbed near his kneecap. The pain level increased by a few points. "Who's your target?" After Lu Yen asked, she raised her hand and was about to stab him again. Scared, the man answered immediately, "Our target is Su Yu." "Su Yu?" Lu Yen was surprised. "Why do you want to assassinate Lord Su?" And was confused. Lord Su had been doing business for the past few years and had a good reputation. Although he had a bad temper, he never bullied others. She didn't do anything heartless out of greed. Why did she want to assassinate President Su? "Why did you assassinate Su Yu?" Lu Yen asked again. This time, the man learned his lesson and replied directly, "We're all hardcore fans of Miss Nye and know that Miss Nye has always liked Su Yu. However, that scumbag, Su Yu, dumped her after he was done playing with her. Now, he even brought a woman home. A man like that deserves to die." "Miss Nye?" Lu Yen froze, not knowing what was going on. Xiao An immediately understood. "Are you fans of Nye Lingxian?" "Yes, we've liked her for several years. She's low-key and has no scandals. Such a good girl was ruined by Su Yu. Su Yu deserves to die." "Bullshit, there's nothing between President Su and Miss Nye. That's impossible. The newspaper reported about them. Besides, if it weren't for Su Yu, Miss Nye wouldn't have been forced to go abroad. You didn't even know this before you came to assassinate President Su. What a bunch of idiots," An cursed angrily. "This? Su Yu's love debt?" Lu Yen put away her knife and stood up slowly. Chapter 3453. No. Don't listen to the nonsense of these brain-dead fans. What should we do now? Do you want to kill them all? Lu Yen glanced at them indifferently. And looked at Lu Yen in disbelief. "What did you say? Kill them all? Do you want me to keep them for the new year?" Lu Yen thought it would be better to kill them all. "Sis, they're human lives, not animals. Even stray cats and dogs can't be treated like this. Okay, then let them go. Let them recover enough energy to assassinate Su Yu in the future." Then Lu Yen turned and walked toward Qin Chu and Huamin's car. "Lu Yen, and wanted to explain, but Lu Yen didn't give him a chance. Get out of here and don't come here again. I'm telling you, Miss Nye has nothing to do with President Su. If you don't believe me, you can ask your goddess, Miss Nye. Don't make trouble for President Su again, or I'll show you no mercy. They lowered their heads and covered their wounds without speaking. Get out of here. And roared. We can't move, and that woman just broke our bones. Are we going to die? Oh my God, and can you call 120 for us? I'm bleeding too much, and it's the first time I've seen people like you, and felt it was the first time he had seen people who came looking for trouble and got injured. They even asked him to call 120 for them. Nowadays, gangsters had no integrity at all. And picked up his cell phone and was about to call an ambulance when Lu Yen dashed out in Qinchu's car. He knew Lu Yen was angry, and glanced at the people with broken bones and saw they were all broken by Lu Yan's one move. It seemed she was not only good at fighting but also knew the structure of the human body, and felt Lu Yen wasn't just an ordinary rich person. In Su Yu's private mansion, Xing Rou's leg hadn't recovered yet, so Su Yu helped her to the door. Are you okay? I'm fine. Xing Rou shook her head. Are you hungry? Do you want something to eat? I'm hungry. Can you cook? Xing Rou at. Wait here. I'll get in to cook noodles for you, Su Yu said as he turned around. Xing Rou hugged him from behind. Su Yu, what are you doing? Stop messing around. Su Yu was a little embarrassed. Su Yu, can you stop liking Huamin? Nothing good will come out of it. You're such a good person, you should have a woman that belongs to you. You shouldn't lust after someone else's woman. Xing Rou, you're drunk. Xing Rou's words made Su Yu's expression slightly sour. He admitted that he liked Huamin, but he didn't covet her. He didn't want to steal Huamin from Qinchu, so Xing Rou's words made him uncomfortable. If I didn't go tonight, you'd be more embarrassed. You're the only one who's single among so many people. Wouldn't you be tortured to death? Who told you that? I have him with me, Su Yu joked. Then he pulled Xing Rou's hands away from him. He wasn't used to being so close to her. Su Yu, are you a man or not? How long has it been since you last touched a woman? Don't you want one? Xing Rou seemed angry from embarrassment. Instead of letting go, she held Su Yu tighter. Then she slowly leaned over and kissed the sensitive back of Su Yu's neck. Chapter 3454. But before she could touch Su Yu's skin, he turned around and pushed her away. Maybe Xing Rou wasn't prepared for this, or maybe Su Yu was too strong and overreacted. Anyway, this time, Xing Rou fell to the floor. Xing Rou, you're too into the act. Yes, I'm serious. I really like you, okay? Xing Rou's eyes were red and full of grievance. Didn't you say we're just partners? But I can't control myself. You know Dr. Hui's married, but you still like him, right? Our business has nothing to do with Mion. Don't drag her into it. Su Yu didn't like it when people talked about Huamin. After all, their relationship couldn't be explained in a few words. I know. I didn't drag Dr. Hui into it. I just want to say, I'm human and all humans have feelings. After spending so much time with you, I really like you. I'm sorry. Su Yu bit his lip, not knowing what to say. Different from rejecting those female stars, Xing Rou had a fierce personality. Sometimes she was decisive, so Su Yu had to consider her feelings. Sorry is useless. I want you to like me. If you don't like me, you can sleep with me first. They say you'll develop feelings after sleeping with me for a long time. I'm sorry. I really can't do that. Su Yu, do you really want to be single for the rest of your life? If you can't get Huamin, you won't get married for the rest of your life? I didn't think that far. The future is still far away. Then who are you trying to show your chastity to? Xing Rou said with tears in her eyes. I'm doing it for myself. I can't get over the hurdle in my heart. Su Yu raised his hand and pointed at his chest. It seems I thought too highly of myself. I thought you were willing to give yourself a chance. Su Yu fell silent. It seems that you don't really want me even if I offer myself to you. Even if I don't ask for anything, don't ask you to take responsibility, and won't blame you, you still don't want to touch me. I think, maybe you really don't have feelings for me. I've always thought of us as friends, Su Yu said with difficulty. Friends? Zheng Rou sneered. Lord Su, young Master Su, can you wake up? No matter how shameless I am, I don't have the habit of staying at my friend's house. From the first day I moved here, I've been thinking about what might happen between us in the future. Sorry to disappoint you. Yes, you really disappoint me. I'm sorry. Su Yu apologized again. Don't say sorry again. These 3 words are especially grating today. Besides, you weren't wrong in the first place. I was the one who was wrong. Then, Zheng Rou stood up slowly. Her feet were still injured, so she walked slowly. You should leave. Tonight's matter? I was too abrupt. Then, Zheng Rou closed the door with a bang. Embarrassed, Su Yu turned around and went downstairs. President Su, what's going on? In the living room on the first floor, and took out 2 cans of iced Coke from the fridge and handed one to Su Yu. Nothing. I don't believe you. I heard you guys quarreling. Don't be nosy. I'm really annoyed. Su Yu took a big gulp of Coke. In fact, he didn't want to sleep with any woman, that would numb himself. But he really couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Maybe his heart was filled with someone and he didn't have the energy to deal with other women. By the way, I forgot to tell you that Lu Yen and I were ambushed when we went to the underground garage to pick up our car. Ambushed? Su Yu was surprised. Chapter 3455. There were 4 or 5 of them, but they were weak and were subdued by us in a few moves. What's their background? Su Yu asked mildly. They said they were Miss Nye's fans and that you cheated on her. Have you investigated it? I'm looking for someone to investigate. I suspect that someone else might have done it and framed Miss Nye. Miss Nye is such an obedient person, so she doesn't seem to be able to cultivate such perverted fans. Also, those people were carrying machetes and didn't seem to be friendly. They're seeking death. They were beaten up badly by Lu Yen. Anne's eyes lit up when he spoke of Lu Yen. You look energetic at the mention of Lu Yen. It's late. Go to bed. Okay. Is Miss Sung okay? And glanced upstairs worriedly. She should be fine. Zheng Rou has a big heart. It's probably because she was drunk tonight. Su Yu thought everything would go back to normal the next day. But to his surprise, Zheng Rou was gone when he woke up the next day. President Su, Miss Zheng is gone. And was the first to discover it since he got up early. Every day, Zheng Rou would come down to make breakfast at this time. But today, she didn't reply to his WeChat messages and her phone was turned off when he called her. Afraid something might happen, and went upstairs to knock on the door but got no response. Finally, he pushed the door open and found Zheng Rou's room was very clean. She and all her things were gone. She's gone? Su Yu was surprised. She must be angry about what happened last night and took all her things. It's good that she's gone. After calming down, Su Yu found it was good that Zheng Rou was gone. Otherwise, if they continued to see each other day and night, it wouldn't be good if something happened. Since he didn't like her, there was no point in holding her back. Don't you want to know where she went? Should we switch to a video to take a look? Forget it. She's an adult and someone must have picked her up. Since she left without saying goodbye, we shouldn't be nosy. Then no one will make breakfast today. And pursed his lips. Who said that? She's gone. Are we not going to eat? Huh? President Su, are you going to cook yourself? And was a little excited. Get lost. Hurry up and cook. I want to eat fried eggs, sandwiches, and milk without sugar. I did it. And wanted to cry, but no tears came out. What else? If only Lu Yen were here. I wonder what her breakfast would taste like. And couldn't stop talking about Lu Yen. He wanted everyone to know that he was interested in her. Come on. Lu Yen will blow up the kitchen if she makes breakfast. Although she wasn't familiar with Lu Yen, she could tell that she had a short temper from the way she dealt with the Tang Chuan last night. Zheng Rou's departure didn't affect Su Yu's and Anne's lives much. The 2 men continued to live their lives as usual. On the other hand, South Hill Manor was particularly restless. Tang Chuan came here early in the morning to freeload. Uncle Tang, why did you wake up so early to freeload? Even Little Bean noticed his unusual behavior. Ha! I'm here to ask your mommy for help. Tang Chuan smiled mysteriously. Don't tell me it's about the proposal, Pudding asked while eating bread. Smart. It's about that. I was thinking that our Dr. Hua is the smartest among all the people here. So, this difficult task should be given to her. You can tell mommy yourself. Little Bean and Pudding continued eating and didn't bother to ask him. At this moment, Huamin and Lu Yen walked downstairs for breakfast. Good morning, sister-in-law. Sister-in-law's sister? Good morning. Tang Chuan didn't know what to call Lu Yen, so he called her strangely. Why are you here so early in the morning? Huamin couldn't help but laugh. Sister-in-law, you still have to help me with the proposal. Come up with a good idea. Hey, didn't I help you yesterday? Lu Yen raised her chin and glared at Tang Chuan. Chapter 3456. How dare you say that? Do you really think I was drunk last night? What kind of stupid idea was that? Auntie, what idea did you give Uncle Tang? Why is he so excited? Little Bean asked curiously. What do you mean by stupid idea? You don't know what's good for you. Lu Yen crossed her arms and rolled her eyes at Tang Chuan. Forget it, I'll cry whenever I talk about it. I'm too embarrassed to talk about it. Sister-in-law, I'll have to ask you for a favor. I really want to give Ning Ning a thrilling proposal. You have to help me. Tang Chuan continued to beg Huamin. I don't have any experience in this. After all, I've never proposed before. Huamin smiled. Then how did Big Brother Qin Chu propose to you? You didn't have a wedding? Huamin spread his hands helplessly. Didn't you two get married? When we got married, it's a long story. Anyway, I didn't propose. I can't think of a good idea for the time being. Then what should we do? How can we cover it up if we brag about it? He thought about how he had already bragged in all the group chats. He had said that he would propose to Qin Ning the night she came back. He had asked all his friends to be witnesses. Now, no one could give him a good idea. Why don't you ask my twins? Huamin suggested. Tang Chuan, why don't you order a 9-layer cake for Auntie? It'll symbolize eternity. How cool would that be? Little Bean fantasized. You only know how to eat. Can't you talk about something other than cake? Tang Chuan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Sis, what do you think? Little Bean looked at Pudding. Uncle Tang is so rich. He can buy all the advertising spots in the city. Propose to Auntie. That's too stupid. I think that's something a nouveau riche would do. It's not something someone as elegant as me would do. If this doesn't work, that doesn't work. We can't help you. Seeing that Tang Chuan had rejected their two plans, the twins didn't bother to say anything else. Sis-in-law. Tang Chuan hated Huamin. He looked at Huamin again. You came to harass my sister so early in the morning. Do you have any conscience? My sister is pregnant. Lu Yen stood before Huamin. I know, I don't have a choice either. Lin Fan sighed. Come here, I'll tell you another one. Lu Yen didn't want Tang Chuan make it difficult for Huamin, so she was going to make an exception. Madam, I beg you to stop. I don't want to play some funeral parlor game. At the thought of Lu Yan's evil idea, Tang Chuan felt his balls ache. Don't worry. This won't make you come back to life. Lu Yen curled her finger at him patiently. Do you mean it? Absolutely. But you can't stick to my sister. She has to go to work in a bit. Okay. Of course. Tang Chuan was overjoyed that someone was willing to take over. Sis, go downstairs and eat. I'll talk to this guy. Okay. You two talk first. Tang Chuan blocked Lu Yen at the stairs while Huamin went downstairs to eat with the two kids. Mommy, where's Daddy? Is he still asleep? Little Bean couldn't help but ask when her daddy didn't come downstairs. He went out in the morning. He had something urgent to deal with at the company. Wow. Our old Qin has been working very hard lately. Vice Director Hua, you must take good care of your husband and buy him more delicious food. Do you understand? Little Bean pretended to be serious. Eat your food. Don't be everywhere. Huamin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "Madam, please help me." Tang Chuan knew that this girl had a powerful background. For the sake of the proposal, he had to swallow his pride and swallow his pride. Chapter 3457. "Since you call me your great aunt, I'll tell you." Then, Lu Yen whispered something into Tang Chuan's ear. "Is that okay? Will I be beaten to death by Qi Ning? Trust me, she'll be shocked. But who can I find to cooperate with me? That's your problem. Isn't it a bit risky?" Tang Chuan found his great aunt's ideas were indeed strange. Ordinary people couldn't come up with this idea. "Didn't you say you want her to remember it for the rest of her life? If you don't want to take the risk, you can propose normally." "You're right. Let's do it. Hurry up and leave. Don't bother my sister here." "All right, when I propose tonight, you must help me set the mood, huh?" Then, Tang Chuan left happily. "Auntie, what idea did you give Uncle Tang?" Little Bean chuckled. "I won't tell you. It's a secret." "Humph. Even if you don't tell me, I'll know tonight. My auntie's flight is at 6 p.m. There'll be a feast tonight." "Should we hold a feast on the cruise ship? Maybe we'll set off some fireworks or something. We haven't gone to the sea for a long time." Pudding suddenly remembered that when she and Little Bean celebrated their birthdays on the luxurious cruise ship, Suyu had spent a lot of money to celebrate their birthdays. That's Tang Chuan's business. As the audience, we'll just watch quietly. Huamin chuckled. "Sis, what's your schedule today?" "I'm going to the hospital to work overtime." "You're pregnant and you're working overtime?" "Yeah. I've been busy recently. I said I was going on a business trip, but I didn't go. My colleagues went in my place. They all take good care of me." "You sound like you're content." "Of course. Why wouldn't I be? Isn't this good?" Huamin had a good appetite and ate a lot for breakfast. "What about you? Do you want to go with me?" No. The hospital is boring." Lu Yen shook her head. "Auntie, do you want to go to school with us?" Little Bean held Lu Yan's hand. "Please spare me, let me have some peace and quiet." Hearing that they were going to school, Lu Yen shook her head. "Little Yen, you seem to be very free these days. How much longer can you stay here?" Huamin asked her. "Does big sister find me annoying?" "Nonsense. I'm afraid that you'll leave. I haven't spent enough time with you." I like that I'm loved by everyone," Lu Yen said narcissistically. Huamin patted Lu Yan's head lovingly. "Yes, a heartthrob. Don't leave. Stay here and I'll take care of you for the rest of your life." "It'll cost a lot of money to raise me for the rest of my life." Lu Yen put her arms around her sister's neck and whined. "Don't worry, I have money." It's your husband who has a lot of money. I can spend all your annual salary in a day." "Auntie, it's okay. You still have me. I can invest in stocks to support you," Little Bean said. Yeah, you still have me." "Auntie, I can sell my toys and buy you cakes to support you. Don't be so lovey-dovey in the morning. It's not a confession day. Don't be so mushy." Despite her words, Lu Yen felt warm in her heart. She felt more and more that having a family to support her was the greatest happiness. Nothing could compare to that. After breakfast, Huamin went to work while the two kids went to school. Bored, Lu Yen drove around looking for food at roadside stalls. When Lu Yen came back from the morning meeting, she saw Zheng Rou standing at the door. "Dr. Hua, are you here for a checkup?" "No, I'm here for you." Zheng Rou looked serious and seemed to have something to say to Huamin. "Come in." Huamin pushed open the door to his office and let Zheng Rou in. "Dr. Hua left Su Yu's house. I don't live there anymore." Zheng Rou told him about her move. Chapter 3458. Why did you move out? Aren't you living in a good place? Because something unpleasant happened last night. Isn't it normal for couples to be unhappy? You don't have to move out. Sit down and talk, Huamin persuaded her patiently. No, it's not like that. We're not a real couple. We won't act like a couple. Before Huamin could respond, Zheng Rou handed over a few bags and placed them on Huamin's desk. What's this? Huamin frowned slightly as he looked at the familiar-looking bags. These are the shoes that Suyu bought for you, but for some reason, he didn't give them to you and gave them to me. In fact, they're not my size. I accepted them because Suyu gave them to me, so I liked them. Even though I knew they were for you, I still wanted to selfishly keep them. But now, it's impossible between us. Suyu has been very good to me and has taken good care of me. Before I leave, I want to do one last thing for him, which is to give the shoes away for him. Huamin had mixed feelings after hearing this. She had felt strange when Suyu came to her with the shoes that day. At that time, Qinchu was there. Suyu was too embarrassed to take them out and said they were for his mother. However, these shoes weren't given to Lady Su. Instead, he gave them to Zheng Ro. Now, after going around in circles, Zheng Ro gave them back to Huamin. It was a bit funny. Zheng Ro, since he gave them to you, they're yours. But it doesn't belong to me to begin with. Suyu is a complicated person. If you say he's straightforward, he's actually more timid than anyone else. It's just a few pairs of shoes, what's there to be afraid of? You're married, have kids, and have a happy family, but he doesn't want to disturb or destroy it. He just loves you silently in his heart and does things for you that he thinks he can do. To him, this is probably the greatest satisfaction. Huamin bit his lips and didn't know what to say. He felt that if he said too much, he would be pretentious and show off as if all the men in the world liked him. But if he didn't say anything, he felt uncomfortable. Zheng Ro, Suyu is a good person. Why don't you stay and give it a try? Huamin suddenly find that Zheng Ro do strange things and like to talk nonsense. But in the past few days, she didn't do anything immoral or cause trouble. Compared to those green tea bitches, she was indeed a different kind of person. I don't want to try. Suyu's heart is probably as hard as a rock. I'm still young and don't want to waste my time. Then, Zheng Ro stood up with a smile. Dr. Hua, I know you all suspected that I had ulterior motives. After all, I suddenly broke into your circle and then lived in Suyu's house. You must think that I have ulterior motives. In fact, you should know my family background. I don't need to marry the Suyu family. Suyu isn't the only good-looking man in the world. Why should I be good to Suyu? You probably won't believe me even if I tell you. I was betrayed by my boyfriend before, so I don't believe in love or men anymore. When Auntie Suyu told me about Suyu for the first time, my first reaction was that he was an idiot. Then, I got curious and asked about your relationship. I found that Suyu is a rare romantic in the world. It's impossible for you two to be together. I thought that if I'm lucky enough to be loved by Suyu, I'll be very happy. So, with this small hope I came here. Huamin remained silent and listened to Zheng Ro. Dr. Hua, can I selfishly ask you for a favor? Zheng Ro changed the topic and looked at Huamin with tears in her eyes. Chapter 3459. Go ahead, Miss Zheng. Don't hurt Suyu. No matter what, don't hurt Suyu. He's the most pitiful person in the world. I won't. Suyu is my best friend, Huamin said resolutely. Thank you, Dr. Hua, for listening to my nonsense. I'm leaving. Then she stood up and opened the door. Miss Zheng, hearing Huamin call her, Zheng Ro turned her head slowly. Are you leaving this city? I'm going back to my home. This place doesn't belong to me. Will you come back? I'm not sure. Maybe Suyu, that stinky rock, will get over it in a few years and find someone to marry. If I'm not married by then, I'll come back. Then, Zheng Ro opened the door and left with a faint smile. Zheng Ro came to Huamin to give away Suyu's shoes. After Zheng Ro left, Huamin looked at the shoes on the table with mixed feelings. She opened them one by one. Looking at the flats, she felt warmth in her heart. Suyu was very considerate and good to her. But Suyu couldn't go on like this. Was he going to be all alone in the world? Thinking for a while, Huamin put on the shoes Suyu gave her. The shoes were made according to her size and fit her perfectly. The soles of the shoes were also very soft and comfortable. One look at this brand and one could tell that it was expensive. After putting them on, Huamin took a photo and sent it to Suyu. In less than 10 seconds, Suyu replied instantly. Suyu, Question mark. Huamin, do I look good? Su Yu, do you mean your feet or shoes? Huamin, ha, it was shoes. Su Yu, not bad. Huamin, so, thank you for the shoes. Su Yu, what's going on? My shoes? Obviously, Su Yu had forgotten that these were bought by himself. He didn't even dare to admit it. After all, he didn't have much recognition for women's things. Huamin, Zheng Ro just came and gave me 3 pairs of shoes. She said you gave them to me. Su Yu, hey, don't listen to her nonsense. She said that because she's mad at me. Those shoes are for her. Mian, don't misunderstand, and don't let Qin Chu misunderstand. Su Yu's reaction was a little exaggerated. He seemed to be afraid that his gift would cause a misunderstanding between the Qin couple and Huamian, so he insisted that he was the one who gave the shoes to Zheng Ro. Huamin was well aware of his thoughts, but he didn't say it out loud on purpose so that everyone wouldn't feel awkward. Huamin, that's good. I got a gift from your fight. The shoes are very comfortable. I like them. Su Yu, oh, I'm glad you like them. Huamin, why are you and Zheng Ro so tense? Su Yu, what did she say to you? Su Yu didn't know how much Zheng Ro would tell Huamin about what happened last night. Huamin, nothing. She just said you two don't get along. She didn't want to live here anymore and went home. Su Yu, you went back to the provincial capital? Huamin, yeah. She went back. If you have any regrets, go and get her back. She's a good person. You can try to get along with her. Wouldn't it be good if you really fall in love with her? Su Yu, forget it. Maybe we don't get along. There's nothing to talk about. It's fine to be friends, but if we're a couple, Huamin, okay. Lord Su, I know you're picky, but you're not young anymore. You need to be careful. Why don't we have an open audition for you? You can choose one out of tens of thousands of people. It'll be like the ancient emperors choosing their concubines. What do you think? Su Yu, get out of here. Don't talk nonsense. Go back to your work. Don't worry about these things with me. Seeing that Su Yu didn't want to talk about it, Huamin didn't continue. They hung up after a few words. But seeing the shoes he bought for Huamin, Su Yu felt warm inside. That was his intention to begin with. Lord Su. Lord Su. Tang Chuan rushed into Su Yu's office. What's up? Su Yu put down his cell phone. Do you love me? Tang Chuan tilted his head like a sweet little wife. Are you a pervert? Su Yu glared at him. Tell me, do you love me or not? Chapter 3460. I don't love you. We've been friends for so many years, and you don't love me? Tang Chuan looked displeased. I'm not gay, why would I love you? What's wrong with me? Haha, that's not what I meant. Let's put it another way, are we close? Su Yu shook his head firmly. Fuck, you're hurting my heart. You're definitely up to no good. Su Yu knew Tang Chuan too well. He wouldn't visit a temple for no reason. Recently, he had been so busy with the proposal that he was slapping the back of his head. Why would he come here to argue? So, Su Yu thought that he must be looking for trouble. Sure enough, hee, Lord Su, you know me well. No my ass, don't open your mouth. I won't lend you money, I won't help you, I won't lend you a car, I won't lend you a mansion, I won't lend you anything. Am I that poor? Why would I borrow money from you? Don't worry, I'm not asking for any of these. I won't lend you a car or a mansion. Then it's even worse. If it can't be solved with material things, I won't agree. Fuck, can you not be so stingy? I didn't even say anything and you directly rejected me. Are you still my fucking brother? No. If you're like this, can we still have fun in the future? Fuck, if you're like this, then I'll use my ultimate move. What ultimate move? Su Yu turned on his computer and looked at company documents while talking nonsense with Tang Chuan. Then I'll open a live stream tonight and publicly announce that you're going to audition for a girlfriend. Then, there will be a bunch of brainless fans outside your house and your company all day long. Su Yu, why are you as wicked as Huamin? Tang Chuan remembered that Huamin had suggested an audition just now. Could it be that they were in cahoots? Ha, is that so? My sister-in-law said the same thing. Tang Chuan couldn't help but laugh when he heard Huamin say the same thing. Shut up and scram. I don't have time to deal with you. Don't mess around. Alright, Lord Zhu, really, you have to help me this time. Tell me, are you going to contribute money or manpower? Send someone. Tang Chuan smirked. Send someone? Su Yu was confused. Yeah. I've always wanted to propose to Ning in a different way. I've thought about it for a long time, but I didn't succeed. Today, Lian? She's that pretty girl, my sister-in-law's younger sister. I know. She gave me an idea this morning. I thought about it and it's not bad. Are you crazy? How dare you use Lu Yan's method? Who do you think she is? She's the kind of person who wants to see the world burn. That won't happen. I feel that although it's risky, it's definitely exciting. Exciting? I think you're digging your own grave. When the time comes, Qin Ning will slap you so hard that you can't even tell north from south. That won't happen. Now, here's the thing. I need someone to cooperate with me. After thinking about it, I think you're the most suitable person. What do you mean? Come on, I'll tell you. Tang Chuan beckoned with his finger. Su Yu leaned over reluctantly. Tang Chuan told Su Yu Lu Yan's idea in a low voice. Su Yu's face fell when he heard it. I knew it. Lu Yan's idea can't be a good one. Lord Su, please help me this time. This is the only time in my life that I'll ever propose to someone. Kneel down. Tang Chuan made a kneeling gesture with 2 fingers and begged with all his might. Chapter 3461. Damn it. You're asking for it, Su Yu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Does that mean you agree? Seeing Su Yu agree, Tang Chuan was overjoyed. I'm willing to risk everything for my brother. But, have you thought of a person to deliver the message? Anyone can do it. After all, everyone has Ning's WeChat. Tang Chuan didn't think much of it. Don't underestimate her. Qin Ning is smart. If she can't do it and gives herself away, all her efforts will be in vain. You're right. Who should we use? I used Pudding and Little Bean at the beginning. Forget it. How can you trust a child's words? What about sis-in-law Mian? I think Qin Chu is more suitable. He's my brother-in-law. I don't dare to ask him. Qin Chu rarely chatted with anyone other than Huamin, so Tang Chuan had always been wary of Qin Chu. It's because Qin Chu has prestige, status, and is Qin Ning's respected older brother that this show is perfect. You're right. I'll call my brother-in-law in a minute. Tang Chuan agreed with Su Yu. Shall we start tonight? Yeah. I'll have someone prepare the clothes for you. I'll see you in the private room tonight. Didn't Little Bean and Pudding suggest you book a luxury cruise? Su Yu asked with a chuckle. If the proposal is successful, I'll celebrate with the whole world when we get married. I'll torture you to death when you're single. Go away, they were used to bickering like this. Tang Chuan persuaded Su Yu for a long time and finally settled the matter. On the other side, Zheng Ro quietly returned to the provincial capital. After returning, she seemed to be a different person and walked out carefully. Wearing a mask and a baseball cap, she dressed in a different style than usual. Zheng Ro didn't go home immediately. Instead, she asked the chauffeur to send her things back. She arrived at an inconspicuous tea house in the center of the provincial capital. Zheng Ro looked around and didn't walk in until she saw no one suspicious. The big boss is waiting for you inside. Zheng Ro nodded at the bodyguard at the door. Then he strolled up to the second floor. In the innermost private room on the second floor, a white-haired elder was sitting inside, drinking tea. There was a sharpness in his eyes that was different from ordinary people. Sit. The old man waved his hand, indicating for Zheng Ro to sit. How is it? Plan A has failed. Su Yu is very difficult to get close to. I still can't successfully gain his trust. Did he suspect you? The old man asked. Not really, but he doesn't feel anything for me, so I can't proceed with the next step. That's why I came back to ask for your instructions. Have you made contact with the target? I did. Huamin is very friendly and not as cold as the rumors say. She's also very nice to her friends. I received a tip-off that her younger sister is also here. Have you made contact with her? Only twice. I didn't have much contact with her. Zheng Rou recalled the time she had met Lu Yan. She's a very cunning girl. Fortunately, you didn't have much contact with her. Otherwise, you'd be in danger if she saw through you. What should we do now? Continue to work on Suyu. Qin and Suyu are very close to each other, so you can't do anything to them. In their group, most people have partners except for Suyu. Besides, Suyu and Huamin are very close, so we have to work on Suyu. You must gain the trust of Suyu and our top target, Huamin. Yes, Chief. But my uncle, after this is over, I'll ask my superior for instructions. Don't worry. In a while, I'll have someone make an incision. Then you can go back to Suyu. Chief, I have one more question. Go ahead. The old man slowly picked up his teacup. Since we're going to track down Professor Lu, why don't we start with Lu Yan? As far as I know, Lu Yan seems to be in contact with Professor Lu more frequently. Chapter 3462. Since you know Lu Yan keeps in touch with Professor Lu, why don't you find out who Lu Yan is? Zheng Rou. Even someone like Ian, the terrorist leader, couldn't catch him after several years. Do you think we have the confidence to take him down? Zheng Rou. But Huamin is smart. That's why I said that this is a difficult mission. The organization only sent you after much consideration. It's because your identity is clean and clear. It's not that complicated. Otherwise, why didn't they send a female agent? I understand, Chief. We can't mess with Lu Yan now. Besides, she has connections with the Chinese-Russian mafia. Yes. After a short conversation, Zheng Rou returned home quietly. At South Hill Manor, Qinchu's mother had prepared a table full of dishes. Everyone was sitting in the living room. It was a lively scene. Lu Yan leaned against the sofa and played King of Glory with the twins. Huamin was busy in the kitchen with his mother-in-law. Mian, go out and rest. We don't need you. It's okay, Mom. I can't stay idle. How can you do that? You're so pregnant. I'm really okay. You're so naughty. I'll call Chu. Finally, his mother-in-law used her ultimate move. Huamin stuck out his tongue and had to leave the kitchen. At this moment, Qinchu came home from work. Honey, you went to the kitchen again? Huamin was still wearing his apron. I just helped. I didn't do anything, Huamin immediately explained. You think you can do whatever you want at home because you're pregnant? Honey, didn't you go to pick up Ning? With Tang Chuan around, I don't need to go. Tang Chuan must have been holding it in for a long time. He misses Ning Ning so much. Qin Chu held Huamin lovingly and walked inside. Mom, you don't have to make so many dishes. We're going out in a bit. I know. I'm worried that Ning Ning will be hungry when she gets off the plane. You guys, eat something simple at home first. Otherwise, you'll feel uncomfortable drinking on an empty stomach. After a while, Tang Chuan and Qin Ning arrived home. When the twins saw their little aunt, they were also very affectionate. Qin Ning's hair was cut even shorter than before. She was full of vigor. In Huamin's words, Qin Ning was a beautiful girl. Sister-in-law, did you miss me? Of course. What about you, big brother? Qin Ning held onto Qin Chu's arm and acted like a spoiled child. How could it be my turn? Someone misses you so much that he's going crazy. Qin Chu glanced at Tang Chuan amused. Brother-in-law, you're so funny. Tang Chuan was a little shy. Qin Ning had never seen Lu Yan before, so she was curious. My sister, Lu Yan. This is your brother-in-law's sister. Huamin introduced them to each other. I know, Qin Ning. Lu Yan was no stranger to Qin Ning. She had looked her up before. Sister-in-law, you have such a beautiful sister. I'm so hungry. Let's eat. I heard that my auntie is going to cook for us. Qin Ning took off her jacket and ran to Qin Chu's father, her uncle, to act like a spoiled child. Tang Chuan and Qin Chu exchanged a look. Then Qin Chu suddenly said, Ning, you guys eat first. I have to go out to do something and don't have enough people. Can you lend me Tang Chuan? You're leaving without eating? Qi Ning was surprised. Yeah, we don't have time. You guys eat. Don't wait for us. Then, Qin Chu and Tang Chuan left in a hurry. My brother is so hardworking. Even if he's about to have a second child, he shouldn't be doing this to earn money. He even stole my Tang Chuan, Qi Ning murmured. Huamin only smiled and didn't say anything. When Tang Chuan and Qin Chu left, they immediately called Su Yu. Lord Su, are you ready? We're almost there. Chapter 3463. I'm ready. I'm telling you, Tang Chuan, this is the only time, one time. Just this once. It sounded like Su Yu was wronged. This was the first time in history that Su Yu, Qin Chu, and Tang Chuan had teamed up. To propose to Tang Chuan, the two masters were willing to risk everything. Qin Ning had finished dinner with everyone at South Hill Manor, but Tang Chuan was still nowhere to be seen. Sis-in-law, why isn't my brother back yet? You're thinking about Tang Chuan, right? No, the problem is that the bastard took all my things to his villa. I don't have anything to wash my face, pajamas, nothing. If he doesn't come back to pick me up tonight, what should I do? We have everything you need at home. Huamin chuckled. But I'm used to using my own stuff. Qin Ning found a lame excuse. It's okay. I'll drive you to get it back if you can't find it, Huamin said deliberately. Qin Ning was anxious but didn't continue to ask. She didn't know that Tang Chuan was going to propose to her since they hadn't talked about marriage recently. Qin Ning, how long have you been together? Lu Yan suddenly asked. It's been quite long. It's almost been a year. Do you plan to get married? We haven't discussed it yet. What if Tang Chuan cheats on you after you get married? Lu Yan began to guide her. No, Tang Chuan would never do that. Don't be so confident. Many men look like gentlemen on the surface but are beasts on the inside. Auntie, you're right. Auntie, don't be so naive, Little Bean interrupted. Why are you guys so weird today? Why are you talking about cheating? Qin Ning seemed alarmed. Isn't it a popular TV drama called The First Half of My Life? The female lead in the drama originally had a harmonious family, but her husband secretly cheated on her. The mistress was very scheming. In the end, she forced her to divorce her husband and divide the family property. So, everyone was chatting. Tang Chuan isn't that kind of person. I don't care what he was like before, but he's been very obedient since he got together with me. Qin Ning always bullied Tang Chuan, but at this moment, she was on his side. What if he cheats on you? Are you still going to pretend to be blind? Lu Yan's words were harsh, but they were all part of her plan. I haven't thought about it. I'll divorce him and go back to the States. Okay, let's not talk about this anymore. Let's talk about something else, Huamian said. Hua Xiqian's phone call. Qin Ning's got a call. Huamian turned up the volume on purpose. What? Honey, where's Ningning? She's at home. Don't let Ningning hear you. Go away. Everyone heard Qin Chu's words, let alone Qin Ning, who was so close to Huamin. What's wrong? You're acting so mysterious. Qin Ning felt something was wrong. Then, she quietly followed behind Huamian. Qin Chu said, when we were about to go back, we ran into a woman at the hotel. She seemed to have a special relationship with Tang Chuan. Tang Chuan didn't look right. He told me to come back first and then he left with the woman. Where did they go? What woman? Huamin asked. A beautiful woman. I don't think they have a normal relationship. I don't know if they used to be close friends. Don't tell Ning Ning about this. I've sent someone to follow them. I think they went to the Conrad Hotel. What? They went to the hotel? Huamin raised his voice. Qin Ning heard everything from behind. She picked up her cell phone with trembling hands and called Tang Chuan. Sorry, the number you dialed is powered off. Powered off? There's still a lot of battery left. Tang Chuan, you bastard. Qin Ning ran out impulsively and drove away in Huamin's old Audi R8. See? She believes you. Lu Yan stood up with a smirk. Chapter 3464. As soon as Qin Ning left, Lu Yen and Huamin followed her with the twins. When Huamin arrived, he saw Qin Ning stopped at the front desk. "Sister-in-law, you came at the right time. Ask my brother which room that bastard is in." Qin Ning was so angry that her voice trembled as she spoke. This was completely unexpected. After Tang Chuan got together with her, he was wholeheartedly devoted to her. Did those women from before come back to haunt her again? The more she thought about it, the more frustrated she felt. Your brother said, they went to the presidential suite. Huamin purposely looked serious. What? The presidential suite? Great, Tang Chuan, I'll skin him alive this time. Qin Ning turned into a fierce girl in a second. She rolled up her sleeves and was ready to fight. They went up to the top floor of the hotel together. Qin Ning jogged all the way to the door. When she reached it, she saw that it was ajar. She gently pushed the door open. Then she saw Tang Chuan's clothes, pants, and shoes on the floor. There was also a woman's high heels, black stockings, and white lace underwear. When she saw this, Qin Ning felt dizzy and almost fainted. The melodramatic plot that was often seen on TV and in novels had actually happened to her without any preparation. She always thought that Tang Chuan had turned over a new leaf. Who would have thought? Qin Ning held back her tears and walked step by step to the bedroom. Don't move. Let me hug you. It was Tang Chuan's voice. Qin Ning couldn't hold it in anymore and kicked the bedroom door open. Tang Chuan was so scared that he immediately turned around. What Qin Ning saw was Tang Chuan lying on top of a woman. Yes, why was it a woman? Because the person under Tang Chuan was wearing a long wig. She was also wearing a pink nightgown, and her lower body was covered by the hotel's quilt. She was caught red-handed. Qin Ning felt like the sky was falling down. Now that the evidence was conclusive, there was no longer any excuse to help him defend himself. Ning Ning, why are you here? Tang Chuan purposely asked in surprise. As the saying goes, if you want to put on a show, you have to go all the way. Tang Chuan, you're a bastard. Then Qin Ning rushed up to him, grabbed his ear, and dragged him off the bed. Don't pull my ear, it hurts. These are all light punishments. I'll deal with you later. I'll kill this vixen first. Qin Ning was so angry that she rushed over and was ready to slap the woman who was having an affair with Tang Chuan to death. But, before his hand could land, it was stopped by someone in midair. Miss Qin, please show mercy. The vixen suddenly sat up, and it was a man's voice. Qin Ning took a closer look. This person was none other than Su Yu. Oh my God, what's going on? Are you two perverts? What are you doing here? There was too much information for Qin Ning to digest. Especially when she saw Su Yu wearing a wig and a nightgown, her entire worldview was about to be turned upside down. At this moment, all the lights in the presidential suite dimmed. Only a beam of light shone behind Qin Ning. She turned around in surprise. She saw that Tang Chuan had changed into a sexy white bathrobe. He was holding a large bouquet of blue roses in his hands. Music began to slowly play in the room. It was a piece that Qin Ning often played, Piano Piece 5 of the night. Tang Chuan slowly walked to Qin Ning's side and said in a low voice, I've been waiting for this day since I came back. Tang Chuan, what are you doing now? The contrast was too big for Qin Ning to digest. Chapter 3465. Suddenly, a lot of people appeared in the room. Qin Ning couldn't see who was there because of the dim light. Did you design this part as well? Huamin lowered his head and asked Lu Yen in a low voice. No, I didn't design such a low-class part. Lu Yen obviously thought it was a bit old-fashioned. Just then, Tang Chuan put the flowers in Qin Ning's hand and knelt down on one knee. Ning Ning, thank you for walking into my life without warning and bringing me so much joy. I used to complain that God was unfair. Why did other people have the best love while I didn't? But after I met you, I realized that God left the best for me. Qin Ning's heart raced as she listened to him. Wow, this guy is so jealous. He's such a hypocrite. Wei Liao watched from the side as he put his arm around Jiang Shaowei's shoulder. This guy used all the words he learned over the years. He really put in a lot of effort. Pity Lord Su, he had to wear women's clothes to accompany him. Ha! Zhu Lingling couldn't stop laughing in Gao Ran's arms. She burst into laughter when she saw Su Yu in women's clothes. At this moment, Su Yu had already gone into the bathroom to change. His image was ruined. If Tang Chuan hadn't begged him, he wouldn't have agreed to do such a thing. It was a long story. Chuan, it's not the time. Make it short and kill him in one move, Gao Ran teased. Yeah bro, let's do it, Wei Liao chimed in. Tang Chuan raised his head, and a brocade box appeared in his hand. He slowly opened it in front of everyone and Qin Ning. It was a very delicate diamond ring, with small wings on both sides of the diamond. Qin Ning had accidentally mentioned it a long time ago. It was the work of a famous Italian jewelry designer, Angel's Wings. However, this ring was no longer on the market. Tang Chuan went behind Qin Ning's back and asked the designer to modify the original design a little bit and turn it into a custom-made ring. At this time, money was no longer a problem. This ring was worth millions, tens of millions, or even hundreds of millions. It was not as good as this kid's sincerity. Miss Qin Ning, I used to be an asshole, but if I let you down in the future, I'll be worse than an asshole. I have a house, a car, money, and I love you with all my heart. I can give you everything you want. If I don't have it, I'll work hard to get it. I'll do anything for you without regrets. Some people say we're a flower stuck in cow dung. At this point, everyone laughed. Qin Ning also smiled shyly. Uncle Tang is so emotional. Little Bean exclaimed. It's really romantic. Auntie must be very excited, Pudding guessed. Then they heard Tang Chuan say, if I know who said this, I'll kill him myself. I don't know which immoral guy dared to say my wife is cow dung. My wife is very beautiful. As soon as he said this, everyone couldn't help but burst into laughter. Qin Ning was furious. After listening for so long, it turned out that he was a flower and she was cow dung. Honey, don't be angry. I'll protect you for the rest of your life. Really, in order to take revenge on those who don't think highly of us, I've decided to work hard and have more children with you. When our children grow up, we'll gang up on them. What do you think? Little Chuan, can you be more serious? Qin Ning really thought he was being funny. Okay, stop fooling around. I only have one thing to say. Qin Ning, you must marry me today, or else. Or else what? Qin Ning lowered her head and smiled sweetly. Chapter 3466. Otherwise, I'll haunt you even if I become a ghost, okay? Fuff. Don't say such unlucky things. Qin Ning kicked Tang Chuan, and Tang Chuan immediately covered his crotch with his hands. Honey, are you crazy? How can I kick it? How am I going to make you happy in the future? Tang Chuan, you're shameless. Qin Ning was extremely shy. Everyone laughed. This was too much for Tang Chuan's funny personality. So the proposal was a success? Wei Liao let out a sigh of relief for his brother. Yes, it was a success. Here, honey, put it on. Tang Chuan put the diamond ring on Qin Ning's finger without hesitation. Huh, what proposal? Honey, can you not be so shameless? I went through so much trouble just to propose to you. Although I knew you'd say yes, I still gave it my all to give you a different proposal, okay? Even our wise and mighty young master Su wore women's clothes for the first time, and my brother-in-law, who's such a decent person, lied for me for the first time. Brother, you're helping an outsider? Qin Ning turned around and glared at Qin Chu. It's okay, Chuan's not an outsider. We're all family, Qin Chu said with a smile. Look, all of you, look. My brother-in-law is indeed a young and talented entrepreneur. His words are so good. Okay, Uncle Tang, don't flatter others. Hurry up, we're still waiting to celebrate. Little Bean covered her mouth and laughed. Ning Ning, look, everyone's hungry. Hurry up and nod and give an answer, Tang Chuan urged Qin Ning. Why do I feel like I've been set up? Qin Ning was puzzled. Even if it's a setup, it's a happy setup. Tang Chuan grinned. Go away. You look too much. At this moment, Su Yu came out of the washroom in a handsome male outfit. Damn, you're not done yet? Tang Chuan, can you do it? What a waste of my efforts. Su Yu was dissatisfied. Ah, Ning, look, for the sake of Lord Su's sacrifice, you can't bear to reject me? Ha, Lord Su, you look good in women's clothing. If you can't find a wife, you can find a husband. Qi Ning burst into laughter. Both of you are not good people. Su Yu was speechless. Handsome Su, give me a hug. Little Bean hadn't seen Su Yu for days, so she immediately ran over to him. Su Yu squatted down and held Little Bean in his arms. Lu Yen walked up to her impatiently. Miss Qi Ning, are you willing to marry Tang Chuan and be his wife for better or for worse? Qi Ning didn't get a chance to speak. Lu Yen continued, okay, I understand. If you're willing, you can leave. Then she walked up to Tang Chuan, but before she could say anything, Tang Chuan stopped her. Tang Chuan said anxiously, I'm willing. Look at how impatient you are. You've been blinded by happiness. Okay, we can all go eat and have fun. Let's go. Then Tang Chuan picked Qi Ning up and kissed her hard on the cheek. What are you doing? Qi Ning wasn't used to being lovey-dovey in front of so many people, so she was embarrassed. What are you afraid of? We'll get our marriage certificate tomorrow and get married in a month. Then we'll have kids, Tang Chuan said smugly. Stop. We'll talk later. The kids are going to elementary school. What? Are you jealous? Do you want to get married too? Tang Chuan teased Su Yu. Do you want me to get married with you? You can pick up anyone on the street and have sex with whoever you meet. It'll be so exciting. Get out. Then, the group went to Seductive Fox one after another. They ate and drank, preparing to have a night of fun. While everyone was busy celebrating, Lu Yen received a message and went downstairs quietly, and had bought a roasted sweet potato on his way here. He wanted to give it to Lu Yen, but he didn't have the chance. Seeing her go out alone, he followed her. Chapter 3467. When Wen followed Lu Yen out, he was about to call her and give her food. Then he saw her meet with a few men and get into a car, and found it strange. He had always felt that Lu Yen wasn't simple. So, he followed her silently. Because he had been in the special forces, he was good at anti-reconnaissance, and didn't follow her closely. Instead, he followed her from a distance. In an old factory in the suburbs, Lu Yen got out of the car, and the men followed her. They walked in, and waited for a long time before he dared to follow them. Then he found a place to stay and hid in the dark. Why is there only one? Lu Yen frowned slightly when she saw the person tied to the chair. We've killed all the others. Only one of them is left alive to be interrogated by you. Where did you find them? They tried to sneak into South Side. They want to attack my sister? Lu Yen was furious. Ever since she came to Sea City, she hadn't had a break. Every day, she would take care of some killers and spies. There were countless people in the world who wanted to capture Lu Yen and kill her. She didn't care about these little bastards at all. However, when she heard that these people were after Huamin, Lu Yen was furious. She walked over and grabbed the man's neck. Who sent you? Humph. The man turned his head, obviously not intending to tell her. You have a backbone, right? Very good. With me, Lu Yen, there's no mouth that I can't pry open. Even a dead person can come back to life. Then, Lu Yen let go. She took out a tissue and wiped the blood off her hand. You guys should teach him a lesson first. Yes, boss. Then, the two subordinates took turns punching and kicking him. But the man didn't say a word. Boss, this guy won't speak. He must have received professional training. Really? Lu Yen glanced at the man coldly. Outside, Xiao En's heart was filled with complicated emotions. The Lu Yen he saw now was a completely different person from the one he usually saw. How was this a cheerful little girl? She was simply a cold and indifferent woman. His movements were clean and neat, and his eyes were filled with murderous intent. There was also a group of unknown subordinates. Could it be that she was from some organization? Mafia boss? And thought to himself with mixed feelings. Then he continued reading. You guys hide. I'll do it. Seeing that her subordinates couldn't do it, Lu Yen lost her patience. Just kill me. I won't say anything. Don't worry, young man. I have a way. Lu Yen turned on her watch and scanned the man's face. Immediately, a large amount of information appeared. Her husband is Wang Jinlei. His younger brother, Gu Daqing, is currently studying at number 1 middle school in the county. Gu Dashang did not have a family and did not have a girlfriend. He came out to work at the age of 17 and was tricked into becoming a sailor. He first ran the long line, then went to Europe, and then disappeared without a trace in a shipwreck. Everyone thought he was dead, and he has not returned home all these years. Not bad. You have a lot of experience. Your family seems to be living a peaceful life. Lu Yen sneered. Bitch, don't touch my family. Hearing Lu Yen mention his family, he seemed to be agitated and uneasy. You're tuning in to the Wang Lin's Journey YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.